Okay, this one comes from Panda5213. Here she asks, "What is your most favorite game?" It's a little cut off, but the rest of it is, "And what do you like most about it?" So, you know, I usually get, when you stream every day and people are just, like lots of new people are just going right up to you and, without any prior knowledge of you answering this before, it's a little wary. Like, I answer this so many times, which is why I have a specific command in the Twitch and also on YouTube. If you scroll down on YouTube, or if you put down FAQ command, it'll take you to a page which has all of the frequently asked questions. And the number one up there, which is the first one I wrote down, is, "Mabi, what is your favorite game and what do you like the most about it?" So my favorite game of all time, it's very close to being dethroned. Very, very close. I'll tell you my second favorite one. But the first one is Shenmue for the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast. So I'm going to talk about what the heck is Shenmue, my experiences playing it, and why it's so good and why it's my favorite. So what Shenmue is, Shenmue. Alright. It is at the time, it was one of the most highly budgeted games ever made. Unfortunately, it did not make most of its money back, which is why, the third one had a Kickstarter so many years after, but 1 and 2 were amazing. One's my favorite. I got on the Dreamcast, and yeah, we got the actual disc. One of the reasons why the Sega Dreamcast went out of business, and that was Sega's last console, was because the Dreamcast was so easy to pirate. It did not have a lot of safeguards on that. All you had to do was burn a disc with the game. My brother did it. I didn't know how to do it at the time he did it. We got lots of games like Jet Grind Radio. And yes, Jet Grind Radio. They changed it to Jet Set Radio later, but that's off topic. So we actually had the real Shenmue disc. We had the first disc and the second disc, and I played that game so much. It's about it takes place around, I want to say, like 1970s to 80s in Japan, and it follows this guy named Ryo. And what happens is, as soon as the game starts, like, this is a minor spoiler, but it happens when the game starts, man. It's the whole plot. Your father gets murdered by some guy named Lang Shao, something like that. So you're Japanese, and some Chinese guy comes in. He's like, "Your father die, ba," and then all that stuff. And you it's a murder mystery. It's an RPG. It's a fighting game. It's the first game I ever played with QTEs. It's amazing. So I really can't do it justice by reviewing it like this and telling you about it. You're gonna have to look up screenshots. I did a small playthrough of it. I didn't finish it. I went to like maybe an hour or two. It's on the channel. If you search up Shenmue, you'll find it. I have a thumbnail with me over Ryu's face on a motorcycle. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, you go check that out. But that's my most favorite game of all time. Now, when I first played it, it was relatively new, probably like a year or two new, and it blew my fucking mind. It was a game that had very, very deep story. I remember so many scenes from it. It was one of the highly technological graphical games I've ever played. It had dynamic weather. It's like, oh, it's an RPG that went with almost real time, not really real time, but real days, meaning certain events would happen on certain days in the game. So if you messed around and you, like, for instance, I did this my first playthrough. I was too busy working in the game. I was working, earning money. I missed like Christmas in the game, so I missed like a big cutscene with his like love interest. I missed it, which sucks. So yeah, you gotta like go through the days. You have to be responsible. You have to keep track of time management and where you're gonna go. It was like a lot of crazy stuff. And let's see, what else do I want to talk about it? So when I first played it, I burned through 2 Dreamcasts playing it. Now, what do I mean by that? I killed them. I killed the Dreamcast by playing it too much. Okay, systems today have like awesome like heat dispersion mechanisms and graphical designs on it, mechanical designs where if it gets too hot, it might, shut off or something. But the Dreamcast wasn't that great, so I played it way too much, too often every day. and the Dreamcast died. It would not read anymore, and it would not play anymore, so we had to get like 2 other Dreamcasts, which I have the broken ones here somewhere, but I still have the working one as well. So what do I like most about Shenmue? It was just amazing. It was firing on all cylinders. It had everything new. Okay, so the first things that I've ever seen in a game were QTEs on that game. You know, huge expansive story that had multiple discs. They had Final Fantasy, but I never played Final Fantasy 7. Nope. And the story was epic. Play number 1, the Dreamcast, loved it. The second one was on Xbox. I played it on the Xbox, and my friend bought me the game because he's like, "Hey, Mobby, look." I mean, not Mobby at the time. He's like, "Hey, you want the game?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And then, you know, when the third one came out, oh, the third one's not out. When they kickstarted, I was really, really, really excited, but I don't know if it's ever gonna come out. So that's that. That's my favorite game, Shenmue for the Dreamcast. Let me know in the comments below. YouTube, have you guys played it? Have you heard of it? What's your favorite thing, and what do you hate about it? Let me know. Let's move on to the next topic.